Hello, everybody. This is part 4 of The Tea Shop. It is my book called The Tea Shop that is based on. At one point in my life, when I had teenagers at home, somehow we got to watching Doctor Who. Don't judge me, but we watched, I'm sure I watched 50 episodes of Doctor Who and really got into the different doctors and what was going on, and it's just kind of interesting to go through all of that process. And so since then we've watched many a show and had many a binge watching shows. But why do we like time travel? I think it's maybe that idea that if I could time travel, I could go back and fix some things, or maybe go ahead and find out some things. And we just have that kind of innate desire to get out of time, and that time-space thing that we live in. We somehow want to go back, and we want to fix it, or we want to see what's ahead, or whatever. Often Laura will say to me from across the room, I sit in my lazy boy chair and she sits on the couch. And if we're watching TV or studying or writing or whatever we're doing, sometimes she'll speak to me and she'll say, "Are you here?" And so just think about that for a while. So, are you here? What she really means when she says, "Are you here?" she means, "Are you present?" She knows that I'm here physically, but she wants to know, am I present? Any film producer knows that it's a good subject if you could include time travel in some way. If you have a scene where the screen goes fuzzy and they go back or they go forward, it's always a good plot twist to have that in there. The film producers love time travel, but philosophers and poets understand the value of present. And being present. The tea shop happened so fast. If you've listened to the other videos, I've said that already a couple of times. Everything happened so fast that I didn't have time to enact my plan. I couldn't script it out because it was happening so fast. Things would go wrong. Things would not happen like I thought they did, and that would change how things worked and move things around, and it happened so fast, and especially inside the tea shop, it happened so fast that I couldn't script it out. I think often we miss the very adventures we were seeking because we try to script and control the itinerary, maybe. We try to script and control our lives so much that we miss the very adventure that we were supposed to have. A lot of the tea shop 10 days or however long we were there, a lot of the adventure were things that I totally didn't plan, and the things that totally happened when things went wrong. When we encountered the obstacles and it caused the path to change, caused the plan to change, it changed my itinerary. Those were the things that were so much full of adventure. They were the real adventure. And finally, the tea shop itself becomes the main adventure, the thing that I'm still talking about 2 years ago, 2 years past, 2 years from then. However, I'm supposed to say that. 2 years later, that's what I was trying to say. 2 years later, I'm still talking about it. Something I definitely didn't plan. Something I definitely probably wouldn't have planned if I had a chance. But it happened so fast that I couldn't script it. And lo and behold, that's the thing that mattered the most out of the trip and made the biggest impact on me. There are a few times to time travel. It's valuable to heal. It's valuable, I said that in the other video, to kind of go back. It's valuable to look ahead. But it's important that we don't plan obsessively. A good coach maybe could help you set some goals make some plans, and then keep those a little loosely. And most of them nowadays will tell you not to worry about how it's going to happen. In other words, don't plan out the details. Just dream big, right? Also, we can't get stuck in the past. That's exactly what shadow does to us, is it gets us stuck in the past. But it is helpful if we can, with the help of a spiritual director, go back and do like a focusing session like I do to help get unstuck from the past, to get those areas loosened up and unstuck so that we can move forward. So going back and going forward occasionally is useful, but it's no way to live your life. It's not what we want to do. The tea shop left me saying, what happened? In fact, coming out of the tea shop, I said that to Laura several times. I said, what just happened? What was that? And so over time, I sorted that out. But it's the way you have an adventure. You can't script it. It's going to leave you saying, wow, what was that? What happened? I didn't even see that coming. That wasn't what I planned. And that's exactly what an adventure is. Back when I went to school, many, many, many years ago, I turned 56 this week. But when I went to school, they took roll. I still don't know why, because we were sitting right in front of them. They knew us after the first day, and they didn't need to take roll, but they did it anyhow. I think it was to get our attention and get us speaking, and maybe similar to some other things my wife does now. But the teacher, I remember one teacher, especially Mrs. Beatty. And when Mrs. Beatty would say, Mr. Forehand, and I would say present, or I could say here, and sometimes I would say president instead of present. But here or present was good. You could say here or you could say present, and both of those were good. Today we understand there's a difference, right? There's a difference between here and presence. Presence takes practice. Presence takes practice. It's not necessarily natural to be present, and we have to work at it. We have to practice it. But when Mrs. Beatty would say, are you here? Because sometimes I would say, she'd say, Mr. Forehand, and I'd say, huh? And she'd say, are you here? What she really meant was, are you present? And I think so much of our world asks each other, are you present? And they might say it like that. They might say, are you here? Are you present for me? The tea shop owner began my journey of presence. And it's only gotten better since then. I've just learned more about it. I've practiced it more. And it's even part of my little motto thing that I say. So I'm going to say it to you because I think presence and authenticity is very, very important. So I say, be where you are, that's presence, and be who you are, that's authenticity. Be where you are, be who you are, and be at peace. Hey, it's Carl again. Hey, real quickly, I just want to remind you, if you haven't bought the book, to go out and do that. If you want an autograph copy, send me a message or something that'll get to me. I'm Carl Forehand, Carl with a K, Forehand like in tennis, on Facebook. But you can also look me up on carlforehand.com. And the book's sold just about everywhere books are sold. Please leave us a review if you get the book, and we'd love to know what you think about it. That means a lot to us. Hey, we'll see you later.